Hey people, it is Monday, February the 21st. The time is 5:08 in the afternoon, and the temperature is currently 4 degrees Celsius. And I'm standing here on Avenue Road, right in front of Upper Canada College, which is a private boys' school, which you can see the grounds and the clock tower up ahead there. I'll be walking south along Avenue Road into downtown from here in Midtown. And these lights never seem to want to change, so I'm just going to go while there's no traffic. So this is where, at Lonsdale Avenue, where Avenue Road transitions into a high-density apartment corridor heading southward. And most of these buildings are rather upscale. I think it's a mixture of rental apartments and some newer condo buildings. Here's the newest addition here. It's just getting close to completion. The majority of these buildings have been here at least since the 80s. I think the oldest ones, as far as the modern apartment designs go, I think began in the 1950s. And then with more additions throughout the 70s and 80s, and then things kind of stopped for a while in terms of new buildings being added to the corridor, but in recent years there have been some new additions. Here's another one here. And this is somewhat of a traffic funnel. A lot of traffic heading into downtown from the 401 just pours down Avenue Road. And as you can see, it's a rather wide street. And the cars move fairly quickly. And there have been many complaints over the years about slowing traffic down. And unfortunately, there have been some fatalities with pedestrians being struck. But nonetheless, I rather like this stretch of Avenue Road. It has a very urbane look to it. The apartment buildings, even the older, more blocky ones, do tend to kind of have a sort of sophisticated flair to them. And further south, there are some pre-war apartment buildings, a few of which are quite beautiful. I think those were among the very first apartment buildings to be built on Avenue Road, starting in the 1910s and 20s. And I see this one has a restaurant at the base. Unfortunately, this stretch of Avenue Road is quite lacking in retail and restaurants. It's almost purely a residential corridor. Now we're approaching St. Clair Avenue. And as we get further south, you'll see another complaint about Avenue Road is the sidewalks get rather narrow. And with the traffic rushing so quickly, so close by, it gets a bit dangerous for some people. Trying to pass other people if that's what they have to do. I know I'm a fast walker and I certainly pass a lot of people on the sidewalks. And having to step out onto the road to do so is not something you would prefer to do if you could avoid it. I'm not sure if I missed a light here. Push the button, but nothing seems to be happening. The little red light doesn't even come on when I push the button. There's a look down the St. Clair streetcar right-of-way. As you can see here, the sidewalks are looking a little more narrow now.
I try to warn you about who I'm going to start letting you walk into stuff. Yeah, every time I go back.
And here's one of the pre-war apartment buildings I was referring to. I believe it's called the Balmoral Apartments. I think I'll cross to the other side here as I continue south, and we can swing around and get a better look at this building. You can see the financial district off in the distance. And here's the Balmoral. Very beautiful building. It looks like another tower will be coming to this site, 24 stories. Yeah, there aren't too many old homes left on Avenue Road, really. And there'll be one less, or two, I guess, if both of those buildings are part of that redevelopment, both of those homes. I'm not sure if these barriers are here just to add a little bit of protection from the rushing traffic. Another beautiful old pre-war building. And we started the video up by Upper Canada College, which is a private boys' school, and I believe over here is a private girls' school, De La Salle. I might be mistaken, but I thought I heard that it was a girls' school. And a couple more old pre-war beauties. So there's obviously lots of money in this neighborhood and the surrounding neighborhoods. Forest Hill lies just to the north. Try not to get dripped on as I walk under the scaffolding. Oh, Okay, a drop just almost hit my camera. And I just felt one on my head. Oh! And well, my camera escaped drip-free, but I did not. And here, obviously, not only are the sidewalks narrow, but there's definitely a need for protective fencing here as we head down this steep incline, or decline, I suppose, heading south. And there are the towers of Yorkville. See the Four Seasons and One Bloor East. We're getting close to the northernmost sections of downtown. You can see how exceptionally wide the street is here. There are 3 lanes on each side. I think this section is the one that garners most of the complaints. And there might be plans in the works to do something about it. Looks like I have to play around the bend here in order to get back on track. reached Dupont Street. It's a lovely church. And across the street is a lovely Hare Krishna temple. And it just got dripped on again. There's a lot of melting going on with the mild weather. I think rain is in the forecast for later and for tomorrow as well. And today is Family Day, if I hadn't mentioned that. It's a statutory holiday in Ontario. And we're just about to come into downtown Toronto. Dog father. I like it. Yeah, looks like there's a proposal here for a 35-story building. And that's right, the police have cordoned off a large area surrounding Queen's Park, beginning all the way up here at Davenport and Avenue in the north. Just as a precautionary measure. I'm sure you've all seen on the news what's been happening in Ottawa, and is, I think, pretty much over now, I think for the most part in Ottawa. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a flower shop here that bears a very familiar name. There it is. So now we've crossed over into downtown, and on this side is the Annex heading this way, and on the other side is Yorkville heading to the east. So obviously things are a bit quieter here now that most traffic is being redirected. I think only local traffic is permitted to pass through the area. I just had to plug in my power bank because my battery just decided to die on me. I think that's happened to me before while I was recording a video through this area. For some reason, Avenue Road and my camera don't seem to get along very well. And there's Yorkville Village. That's a small shopping mall. Very upscale. As are most of the shops in the Yorkville neighborhood. I'm just wondering if I could cross the street here. Not sure how long they'll continue cordoning off these areas before they decide it's probably okay to just go back to normal. Hopefully it won't be too long.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, like COVID or not, it just doesn't happen.
That guy talks extremely loudly. And here we are passing by Yorkville Avenue. And here's the newly renovated Park Hyatt Hotel. This historic wing there at the corner of Bloor Street. It got a refurbishment. And here's Cumberland Street, looking into Yorkville. And I believe that is a ghost bike. It's always a sad thing to see. That marks the spot where a cyclist lost their life. And we've reached Bloor Street. So this is the end of Avenue Road, at least as far as the section between Lonsdale and Bloor Street goes. Avenue Road, of course, extends northward all the way up to Highway 401. And I have covered some sections of that part of the street in some previous videos. But in any case, I hope you enjoyed the walk along the Midtown and into downtown portion of Avenue Road. If you did, leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. And like and share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And be sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal and via my merch store. And you can also find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue.